Okay, testing this out here. I think I started it. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Hopefully I can, we'll see if I'll be able to edit this out later as I figure this out. There it is. Okay, great. Yeah. So that seems to be working. I'm going to stop it. There it is. Okay, so it's working. I'm going to mute this. Okay, cool. We got live chat turned on. I'm gonna go and drop this in LinkedIn. Let's see here. Let's go. I need to manage my okay, sweet. I need to manage my windows here. And again, very new to this. I imagine things are not going to be very polished or smooth for a while, but hopefully I'll get good at it eventually. Here we go. Thank you for being patient with me. I'll probably go and clip this if I can. Jump to the fun stuff. Well, might as well. Let me. You can see this. Here I am in Replit, building this ROI calculator. So I have a list of features and tweaks that I want to make here. So I'm just gonna do the first one here. So that one's actually good. And then that one's good. Oh yeah, here we go. So, well, let's actually see if this worked. I think I already did this feature. So right now, if I have the impressions count here, it shows the CPM. But if I remove that field, then it should null out. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so the CPM went away. So I just have cost per click and cost per sale right now. I do want a cost per sign up if I can. So let's do that. I swear there was 4 fields. What was the other one? The drag and drop for that doesn't work. Good to know. Drag and drop for customer journey events doesn't work. Well, let's actually just do that right now. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to select this object there, and I'm going to say drag and drop for the reordering of journey events doesn't work. Please fix it. Okay, so it's going to go ahead and work on that. And then while it's working on that, let me get this up on LinkedIn because that's where I'm mostly engaged with my professional network. Fix the audio issues. An ROI calculator. A marketing ROI. Marketing/partnerships campaign ROI calculator with Replit. Come see how easy it is to build. Build with AI. Let's do that. Okay, sweet. I probably should, well, set up my event. Let me grab this link, the YouTube link. Manage. Does it have a, how do I add a link? Sorry, probably weird that okay, here we go. I'm jumping back here. And this is something that I'm going to be doing because otherwise it'd be boring if I just, while the agent is working, we just both sat here and stared at it. So, okay, add a drag and drop functionality to journey events. Let's see if it worked. So what happened was I deleted impressions and then I added back impressions. There we go. That worked now. Oh wait, no, I didn't need to create an event. Okay, there we go. So with impressions, we had a CPM and we had a conversion. Oh, click-through rate. Okay, impressions to clicks, and that would make sense that it would get rid of that. Okay, sweet. So that worked. That fixed it. Let's go on to the next feature. Let's do. And give me a second here. I have a Notion database here where I'm tracking my progress on these. So give me a sec while I update that. I'm just tracking each of these features. I wonder if actually, here, I'm going to pause it and I'm going to pull up my Notion and so you can kind of see how I'm tracking this. Give me just a sec. Okay, and we're back. Let me resize my screen here for you so you can see clearly. Okay, I don't like that little white bar on the right. There you go. Hopefully that looks nice. Okay, so here's my Notion where I'm keeping track of all this, right? So that was fixed actually yesterday. On Friday, remove event that was on Friday, and add unlock that was yesterday. Okay, and then drag and drop for customer journey events. Just barely did that one. That was today, and that one's done. And then the null out CPM values. Yeah. That was yesterday. Okay, sweet. So we're all caught up. So let's do, the auto lock logic. Let's work on that one. And I haven't prioritized these at all yet, but maybe we'll do that in a sec. So the logic here was that so for example, if I've locked the conversion rate from impressions to clicks, and I've locked the clicks value, so like this, then that's like 2 out of 3 values, so the third value should be locked. So that worked. And if I lock these two, that works. Great. And for example, if I lock these, it doesn't lock anything else. For example. Okay, so that seems to be functioning well. I might come back to that one, but I think we're good for now. add padding below campaign metric card. Yeah, that one worked. I already did that one yesterday. I was struggling with the whole streaming for the first time thing, so I wasn't very good at tracking my progress. Move presets drop down to the left of the settings button. I already did that one. Although I want to fix it. So this is the presets thing. I want to fix the layout of this because I want. What do I want? So what I want right now, I don't like that campaign budget and customer value are like right next to each other. I think the customer value should be a card at the end of the customer journey, kind of like this. And then, yeah, so we're going to do this. So we're going to say, move the customer value field. Let's see, instead of a, should we make it required? Sorry, bumped the microphone here. And let me make sure that I'm not having audio issues. I'm going to listen to myself. Yep, that sounds good. Cool. So what was I doing here? Yeah, so customer value, I'm trying to think if I want to make that required, because, I mean, you need, to calculate a return on investment, you need to know your revenue, basically. And so you need average customer value times number of customers. But yeah, but sometimes people aren't, like let's say they just want to calculate like conversion rates and clicks and signups for like CPC or CPL or something, then they aren't going to need to use that customer value field. So it's technically not a ROI calculator at that time, but I want to give them the option to do that. So instead of a separate required customer value field, make a default ACV. I'm gonna make it like an event at the end of the customer journey. ROI and revenue and profit fields should be calculated based on number paid customers times ACV. If the ACV event, it's not really event. I'm trying to think of, because the event is a transaction, right? So you have a paid customer. Yeah, no, that's, sorry. I'm thinking through here of how I want to do this, because really there's the customer journey, and then the ACV is kind of separate from that. So I understand why they do it here. I just don't like that it's up here next to campaign budget. I feel like it makes more sense. It should be I should probably do that. I should make it like a sub field within this paid customer card. So let's actually, I'm going to merge this with another one of my things here. So move customer value to, there it is. And also it was like event types. Yeah. So I'm going to do these two right now. I'll come back to this one. I could probably make this easier to add my time, but that's okay. So I'm going to do this. So add event types. Let's try this. things. Okay, I'm actually going to try this. I'm going to try something here. Let me pause for a second while I pull up ChatGPT. Okay, we're back. So here I am. I'm building a marketing campaign ROI / funnel metrics calculator tool. Right now it defaults to impressions, clicks, free signups, and paid customers. But I want to enable users to customize their customer journey events. Because I'm thinking like for a lot of my B2B clients, they have, an assisted sales cycle, and it's like there's the impression, there's the click, there's the demo request, there's the MQL, marketing qualified lead, and then it goes to SAL, SQL, SQO, like all the acronyms, right? Happy to define those if that would be helpful later. And I want them to be able to customize it, to do it just how they like it for their business. And so, okay, first thing is I want to determine customer journey event types. For example, impressions. Let's say like content engagement. Yeah, I would say like content engagement would be for like impressions, reactions, comments, right? Clicks. And then there would be website engagement events, so visits, I don't know, something else. And then it would be like sign up events, which would be like free account creation, free trial. What else would be? There would be like demo requests, and then there would be, after sign up events, it would be potentially like lead. I would say maybe it's sales cycle events, which would be like MQL, SAL, SQL, SQO, closed one, etc. And then I would say maybe conversion events, paid conversion events, which would be like transactions, paid customers, etc. Please help me think this through and clean it up to be clear and logical and functional. I just don't want to miss anything, and I also don't want to add anything that's too redundant. So, awareness, engagement, consideration. I like that they're doing these categories: conversion, post conversion. Yeah, that could be cool. Event subtypes, ad impressions, social post views, YouTube video views, engagement, link click. Okay, that's that it understands what I'm going for here. Qualification, conversion, purchases, subscriptions, paid signups. Yeah, okay. These help me write a prompt for Replit AI agent to add event type functionality to my app. We already have the functionality for custom customer journey event configuration, add, subtract. That's fine, but there are no event types. Let's just do that to yeah. Schema.ui defaulting filtering. Okay. Tweak it to include what was it? I want it to include what? I wanted it to include, that's right, event field, and the conversion rates are the same, so it's just either the value. Let's see. So like for paid customers, there should be a option to add a ACV to that event. Or for orders, there should be an AOV option. Okay, here we go. Be more general and less prescriptive. Be clear on the event types and what we want, but don't dictate how to do it. Yeah. That's great. Let's try that. Okay, cool. So while that's working on that, I actually need to go and double check that the whole LinkedIn thing is working, because I started a live event, but then I don't think I added the time or the link to this. So this was from 4:30. Building a marketing ROI, marketing/partner campaign ROI calculator tool with Replit. And how do I add like an external link? I don't know if I can. Go live now. Manage streams. Here it is. I'm realizing that it should actually be, I started this closer to 4 p.m. now, and it's not even 4:30 yet. Prepare to go live. Okay, so maybe, oh, that's probably why. That's probably why. It thinks that when I'm doing a LinkedIn live, it has to be hosted like through LinkedIn. So I'm actually going to, I need to do it as just a regular LinkedIn event and then link to the YouTube, I believe. We'll try that this time. I might mess around with it later. Yeah, external event link. Vibe coding live with Replit. ROI calculator. And I'm going to say this was at 4 p.m. Okay, it won't let me do. Come on, 4:30. External event link. Let me grab it. Marketing partnerships, campaign, ROI/funnel metrics calculator with Replit. This will be really interesting to see if if this catches anybody's interest. I think it's amazing what I can build now. I've always wanted to build apps. Yep. Okay, let's try this again. Calculator with Replit. Building an ROI calculator with Replit. Fixed my audio issues. Come see how easy it is to build apps now with AI. Let's try that. Okay, cool. Let's see. Good timing. Let's see how this goes. So now interesting. Added event types. The customer journey events now support categorization with types and optional metadata fields like ACV, lead scores, conversion probability, and more. You can create new events and see the type badges in the interface. Okay, let's see here. Sometimes you got to clear the cache. Let's try it. And you guys probably can't see that very well. Let me zoom in. Okay, so here I am. Campaign metrics. I don't see a create an event. Let's try this. Let's do demo request form submission. And let's say on average we have like 20%. Okay, so that's not even letting me create an event right now. So let's see here. It did not doesn't seem like it actually changed anything. Let's go see in the database. Did it add? So we got customer journey events. Do we have like a position, created at, updated at, type? So there's a type now, and there's a metadata with JSON. So that, it did add it to the database. It's just not, okay. Please, I see you added type and metadata to the database, but the front end UI, I still don't even know what the difference is between UI and UX, but the front end UI UX hasn't changed. You need to update the default customer journey events, which was impressions, clicks, free signups, paid customers, to be tagged with the appropriate type, and that should be awareness, engagement. Oh, wait, clicks are consideration, right? No? Oh, okay, yeah. That was right. Free signups are consideration. Paid customer would be conversion, right? Yeah, conversion. They should also. The event edit dialog box should enable adjusting the event. Yeah. The event types and metadata, as should the event creation dialog box. Let's see if that's good enough. I usually try to be more explicit, but I am multitasking here with you guys. So let's see. I want to go see them to make sure my LinkedIn post worked. Building ROI calculator with Replit. There you go. Event link. Yeah, there we go. Live, top chat, okay. Good. So that seems to be working. Cool. We'll see. I'm gonna try to figure out another time how to do a like simultaneous. I'm using OBS, and I figured out how to connect it to LinkedIn or to YouTube, but I haven't figured out how to connect it to both at the same time. So I might end up, I think Restream is an app that can handle, one-to-many live streaming, but we'll see. And part of the reason why I'm doing live streaming is I've realized I just hate video editing so bad. I really, really do. And when I record something, I will, like, I have a podcast that I interviewed somebody literally like 2 months ago, and I'm still trying to get myself to go and edit it. And I just don't want to do that anymore. And I just want to like start sharing and getting these out there, and maybe I'll be able to polish and stuff over time. But right now I just want to start sharing and creating and building and putting it out there and building in public and getting feedback, and also just like spreading the word, because I think a lot of people don't realize what's possible now. I think they still, as I did, like think most of it's just hype, but once you see what you can build, like it's not perfect, and I know there's like still a lot of security issues and like AI slop and stuff, but all I know is that like I've wanted to build apps for years, and now I can build them without going and spending hundreds of hours learning to code. So I am super stoked, and I want to share and help people discover that. So let me see how we're doing here. Okay, so what did it say? So it said, I can see the database has been updated, but the UI isn't reflecting the changes properly. So it went and checked to see, okay, API is returning proper event types and metadata, but front-end components need to be updated. Yeah, so it went and updated campaign settings dialog, which is this. Aha, there it is. Ooh, see, that looks so good. That looks so good. That's awesome. And then it edited, oh, it did that again. Campaign settings dialog. I guess maybe those are dialogues within dialogues. Okay, here it is. So let's try it now. So yes, impressions awareness, clicks engagement, free signups consideration, paid customers conversion, boom, 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 2 custom fields. Sweet. Oh, I can't scroll. It's not letting me scroll. Let's see if it's just a preview issue. Nope, it is spilling. Go away. Yeah, it's spilling outside of the window and there's no scroll. So I need to add a nice, let's save this. When I click the edit button of the paid customers event in the campaign settings. Oh, that's right. See, this is a habit that I still have, is like being very specific to tell it exactly the component that I'm talking about. But now I remember that I can just do a visual editor thing. I can just do that. Dialogue content. See, I am going to have to learn that and get used to that. Okay, so the dialogue content box spills out of the screen and I can't scroll to see it. Please fix it. That wasn't very eloquent, but it's fine. It'll know what I'm talking about. Okay. So here we are. Okay. Okay, so it's now, it usually has to break some things to fix some things, and it'll eventually work its way. And what's crazy, like if you look here, so for example, I give it this huge, this huge prompt here, right? Explaining all the like customization functionality that I wanted it to build, and it built it in 4 minutes, which cost 82 cents, right? And it would have taken me, I do believe in my ability to learn how to code eventually. I actually like my experience with coding so far, and I know a little bit, but it would take me hours of like scanning through Stack Overflow and trial and error and and now like with AI tools, you can just say like, here's my code, help me fix it, which is sweet. But with Replit agent, you can literally just say, hey, go, I want it to do this, and it'll just go and build it for you. And it's not perfect, but man, it's so good. And it's gotten so much better so fast. Okay, here we go. So it says it fixed it. Let's try. Boop, there you go. I don't like, the scroll bar is kind of ugly, but whatever. I can fix that later. There it is. Event type conversion, type specific fields, average contract value, average order value, recurring revenue, payment method. Oh, interesting. Recurring revenue. Yeah, I mean, we could get so granular here if we wanted to, right? But this is fine. It's actually not super clear what this conversion rate means, but okay, so that's good. That's good. So let me, sorry. Okay, here we go. Move customer value to final journey event. Okay, so right now customer value is still here. It should be based on the paid customer event. So update, let's see, remove the customer value field. And again, I need to be very specific here. There. Remove that. Update the paid. I wish I could select multiple objects, but update the paid customers field to show the ACV AOV field. Calculate ROI, revenue, profit based on the ACV AOV field instead of the deprecated customer value field. Make sure that the ACV AOV field is displayed on the paid customer, is displayed on the conversion, on any conversion type events active in the journey. In other words, you know what, I'm going to start dictating. In other words, I want you to enable users to fully customize their customer journey, and the results section should adapt dynamically to their configurations and provide the useful calculations. So if the customer doesn't include any conversion events, then they don't need to put in, any like monetary value indicators, and they don't really want to know the ROI or revenue or profit. They likely just want to know like their CPC or CPL or something. And if they add for example, a order conversion event, they should be able to tag it with the average order value, and then all of the ROI and revenue and profit calculations should be based on that. Okay, so we'll just see what it does with that. Well, this is something that I have been experimenting with and really enjoying, is that when I'm typing, it's just my bandwidth of like communicating and getting it out of my head is quite, throttled. But when I am talking, I can talk, I can get it out of my head a lot faster, and it's messy and it's kind of like all over the place. But I found that AI actually does a really good job at understanding that. And this is actually for years I've been kind of fighting against this with my career. Is a lot of my communication is typed and written, and it takes me a long time because I'm always like rewriting and editing and polishing and tweaking, and what normally, if I was just face to face with somebody, I would spit out in 20 seconds and it wouldn't be perfect, but we'd eventually get there. Instead, I spend 10 minutes crafting a message, right? And so I find myself frequently trying to type to the agent and like struggling with it and not realizing it, and then catching myself and realizing I can just talk to it, and then I'll start dictating. So we'll see how it goes. So here it is. If this is interesting, let me just read this to you guys. I don't know if you can read it on the screen. So it says, let me view the current schema and components to understand the data structure. Let me check the results component to understand how ROI calculations are currently implemented. Now I'll fix the dialog description error first, then implement the changes to remove the customer value field and replace it with ACV AOV. Let me check the dialog description import. So it's going and messing with a few errors, I think. It's funny, I feel like the agent often has ADHD like me, where it's going and opening up and checking something for a certain purpose and then discovers an error and goes off on a little side quest to like go fix that thing. And then eventually it does a much better job at coming back than I do. So remove the customer value field, update the data model, update ROI calculations, make the results sections dynamically adapt based on events selected. Okay, and then it's going and it looks like it either created or edited the journey event inputs component. Notice that the customer value field is gone. It still hasn't fixed this paid customer thing. We'll see. Okay, now I need to add the ACV AOV fields for conversion events. So here, while it's doing that, something that I found interesting. When I search for marketing campaign ROI calculator, the top results I get obviously are people trying to sell me stuff that have nothing to do with what I'm trying to do here. And I have to scroll down, and then here it is. The best one, the number one result, is this piece of garbage. No offense, online advertising guide. Display, whatever, amount gained 500 or 5,000, amount spent 2,000, submit, an ROI of 150%, and then it defines ROI, like that's it, right? Or if I do marketing funnel, I don't even know what to call this, marketing funnel calculator, right? Oh, and by the way, the second best ROI calculator is this, where it just tells you how to do it, and then it's asking for revenue, margin, cost price, and stuff, right? Funnel calculator. It's just like, I haven't found anything that quite does what I'm wanting to do. Okay, here we go. So select a 2 or 3 step funnel. Okay, so it'll let me do 3 steps, and I'll say I have 10,000 traffic, 20% conversion, 20% conversion. That's it. Order value, $100. Okay, so this one's actually not too bad. This one's not too bad. The funnel calculator. We're gonna do better. Okay, here we are. Swift ROI. So yeah, there it is. ACV AOV, $100. So let's see if it did it correctly. So we're at 625 times 100, 62.5K. That's great. Net profit, right on. Now let's see if it'll let me. Okay. I'm just thinking like it is ACV because it's paid customers. I'm also wanting it to, well, let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to say online orders, and I'm going to say this is a conversion, and I'm going to say the average order value is $100. Not recurring. I don't care about. Ooh, it just crashed. Let me try again. I didn't see any error message in the console here. I didn't see any error messages come up. Okay. Let's try again. Order. This is a conversion event. Orders $100. Okay. I'm gonna go on a little side quest and fix this. So, and I'm gonna copy this. There you go. I get the following error when I try to create a custom event. Please fix it. Let's just see how it does. It says API journey events is not a valid HTTP method. So I wonder if it didn't set up this API. It says journey events. It's probably going here. Something I noticed that's interesting is it created a campaign journey events database table. And I do not know what that is because I didn't configure that. I'm also noticing here that the default events aren't showing up here in the customer journey events. Okay, I can see the issue. Create mutation parameters. API requests are in the wrong order. The API request function expects blah blah blah. Current be called. Am I? Okay, I am signed in. Here, while it's doing that, I'm going to check to see if it shouldn't let me create a custom event if I'm not signed in. Ooh, yeah, we need to tell it not to do that. No customer journey. I want them to be able to hide and show the default events. Let's just say no custom event creation for unauthenticated users. And I want to give them more options. Right now they just have these 4 options, right? Okay, so it says it fixed it. Let me go ahead and sign in. All right. And I'm also thinking like someday this is gonna come back to bite me, where like my inexperience in development, like for example, you just saw my development URL. I don't know, like I don't think that that's a problem. But that might be if anybody can just go and grab that development URL and they can start like messing with my database or whatever. But here's the thing is like I really want to build stuff, and I think that my best option is to just start building stuff, and then if things go wrong and things break and like I vibe code my way to a crisis, that I'll just learn what to and not to do, right? I'm just going to try to be careful to communicate very clearly and transparently with people that are using these apps that like, hey, these are vibe coded apps, like don't put anything super sensitive in here. And when I'm building, these are all going to be like open source, where like they can just go tweak it and customize it themselves and like run it privately and stuff. So anyway, okay. Let's see if I fixed it. Create an event. I said order, right? Conversion. Average order value of 100. Create. Boom. There it is. Okay. I don't like that. That highlight doesn't look good. Hover highlight in dark mode. Ugly. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the customer event. I'm going to do the order event. Oh wait, no, I don't want to create it. Okay, here it is. 0 orders. Okay, let's see here. 10%. It totally did it. No way. 10. I don't know why. Oh, it's... okay, that's interesting. That's fine. 50%. Yeah, it's because it's rounding up. I'm fine with that. AOV, it's defaulting to it says it defaults to 100, but I need to put in the value. Order. It works. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Like, I'm going to use this myself. Even if nobody else uses this, I'm going to use this all the time. Okay, so I'm going to create a complete custom thing. Okay. So let's say my new client, Gamma, well, no, that's not going to work. For what I want to do. Okay, let's do, and I just realized when I deleted it, they're gone. Shoot. Okay. Did they come back if I refresh? Okay, let me remind myself here. Deleting custom, deleting, there should be hide and delete, right? Hide, you should only be able to delete, is it hide? I don't want it to, hide implies that it's still there, but it's not even it's not in our journey. So like enable, disable, or activate, disactivate, toggle. Geez, let's do remove, add, remove. Yeah, so you can create, you can delete, or you can add and remove. Yeah, that makes sense. Create, delete, events. Okay. So, did it come back when I refreshed? It did. That's nice. Okay, for now. I'm probably going to fix that later. So, I'm going to keep impressions and clicks, and then I'm going to do and I can't delete. Oh, there you go. Now I can, no. See, that just removed it. So I'm unable to delete it. That's okay. I'll do that later. Okay, so they click, and then we'll do demo request. And this is a consideration. Intent score, engagement level. Interesting. I might, mess with that later. Okay. Demo request, and then we're going to say there's MQL for qualification, and there's SAL. I'm going to do something here. So I'm testing out a actual use case for one of my clients. SAL. Let me just create them first. SQL. Oops. So this is a full customer journey. SQO. Oops. I'm going to start doing that. And I'm zoomed in a lot so that you guys can read this. SQO, after that, we'll just do that. And then closed one. And that's a conversion. I'm actually curious. Renewal. Let's see. Retention rate, upsell value, churn risk. That's cool. Okay, here we go. So we got MQL, then SAL, SQL, SQO, closed one, and renewal. Let's see what happens. It probably, yeah, it goes like that. I'm okay with that. And then they did the conversion rate. Oh, see, it's good. It knows. That's pretty darn cool. Okay, so let's say I did a $5,000 campaign. And let's say I actually don't care about my impressions. Those are gone. Good. Okay. And then my click to demo request, let's say it's 15%. Okay. That's 25,000. I'm like, why is there so many? Okay, clicks for $5,000. Let's say 500 clicks, which should be a CPC of 10. Very good. Conversion rate. So it locked it. Okay, so now I'm going to do that's, we said 15%. There you go. And then demo to MQL is usually pretty high. I'm going to say 90%. And then MQL to SAL, that's not as high. I'm going to say 75. Let's say this is a high quality campaign. Oops. 80. SAL to SQL. Let's say 75. And then SQL to SQO, 75. Yeah, whatever. I'm just going to speed through this here. 75. Closed one, 23. And let's say each 5,000. Now this is interesting. So I'm noticing that the renewal doesn't have a ACV AOV. I think I need to edit it. Retention rate, upsell value, lifetime value. Interesting. The renewal, there should be like a renewal value, right? But let's just put it in the lifetime value. Let's say it's 5,000. Will it include it? I doubt it. Yeah, see, it's not including it. So it should. I did tell it explicitly that the conversion events should have the ACV AOV, but I didn't include the post-conversion events because they should too, or at least they should have the option of it. But yeah, so still pretty good. And I'm realizing, okay, so what we really get, okay, from 5,000, $10 a click, it's probably going to be more like, for a customer like this, it's probably going to be more like 100 clicks, and the click to demo request is going to be, like 10%. So let's see. Oh, ooh, interesting. Okay, wait. Okay, interesting. So I'm going to lock these conversion rates, right? Because I don't want to have to mess that up. Oh wait, no, I don't want 5. Conversion rate from close one to renewal. So like your renewal rate, let's say is 80. Okay, let's see this. So I had 100 clicks, thank you very much. And the conversion rate from click to demo request is 20%. Okay, and then conversion from demo to MQL, that's usually pretty high. I think I said it was like 90, right? Ooh, see? It, Interesting. So let me think about this. Why did it update? Why did it update this? It should, since this is locked, what should happen is I should be able to put this down to 90%, and then this should update. But then since this is locked, then that should update, then that should update, and so on and so forth, right? Okay, so we're gonna update the logic here. Right now I have 8 events in my customer journey. I locked all of the conversion. Oh, that's right. And I don't have to type. Right now I have 8 events in my customer journey. And I locked the conversion rate fields for 6 out of 7. And I locked the event value field for the first 2. But all of the other event value fields are unlocked. And so when I change the conversion rate value for the one that is unlocked, because all the other conversion rate value fields are locked, it should update the event value field for all subsequent events based on the math and the logic. But instead, it updated the value, the event value for the subsequent field, and the locked conversion rate value. But it should not have updated the locked conversion rate value because it's locked. It should what it should have done is instead I updated the conversion rate value, and it should have updated the subsequent event value, and then it should have gone to update the subsequent conversion rate value, but then noticed that it was locked, and so it should have moved on to the next event value field and updated that, and then it should have moved on to the next conversion rate value and noticed it was locked and moved on to the next event value. So it should respect the locks of the values and not update any values that is locked, and instead navigate through the journey and update any of the fields as necessary. And it needs to be careful to not let me edit any field values that would break the logic. So if there are any field values that, when changed, would break the logic because it would require the editing of a locked field, then it should actually be locking that input field to make sure I can't edit it. See, again, this is just like my, brain dump. And it's messy and it's all over the place, but usually it does a pretty good job. Okay. Let's see how it does. And I also noticed that it wiped my session. I think it glitched out somehow and it wiped it out. I can see clearly now the problem is in the commit conversion rate change function. Currently, when a conversion rate changes, it only propagates forward to the next event, but it doesn't continue the cascade through the journey when subsequent fields are locked. Yes. Awesome. See? It knew what I was talking about. Ooh, this one actually looks pretty good. Customer funnel analysis. Visitors, leads, customers, visitor lead conversion, lightweight engagement, how much does the customer spend per purchase? See, I probably want to add some of this kind of logic and functionality to it, but it's pretty ugly. Again, no offense, Etho SEO. This looks pretty dang good, if I do say so myself. And it has light mode and dark mode. So we'll see how this goes. Let me clean this up while it's building. Okay, add event types. I'm working on it. Move customer value to final journey event. That's almost done, but it needs give me a second. Post conversion. Include post conversion value in calculations, because when we added that renewal, it didn't work. Okay, there it is. I actually want to see those. You guys probably can't read that, I'm realizing. Let's do that. Oh, shoot. Can I do this search? Whatever. That's. I'm gonna pause because I actually don't know what like client information is gonna come up. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I just wanted to be able to see. Oh wait, did it update? Oh shoot, it didn't. Sorry, 1 second. I'm trying to add subtasks. Realizing I don't need to hide this. Okay, so I'm trying to fix this so that I can see the subtasks. There they are. I wish I could see the subtasks status as well, but that's okay. Okay, so I haven't done that yet. How we do here? Okay, improve customer journey logic. So, okay, sweet. So it did save my available events. That's nice. Did it save it here in the database? It did. Look at that. There they are. Doop, doop, doop. Looking good. Okay, sweet. So, and I want to make it so I can like set it as a default. Okay, so oh shoot, I got rid of impressions. No, clicks, I mean. Come back. Baby, come back. I'm gonna stop singing. Maybe I'll sing for you guys another time. And I just got rid of clicks again. I was trying to get rid of impressions. Impressions, there. And then we wanted demo, MQL, SQL. Oh shoot. Well, I guess I can just rearrange it, can't I? SAL, thank you. SQL, SQO. Close one and renewal. Here we are. Okay, so let's come back here. So we had, click to demo request was 15%. Oh, and I do want to lock it. And then demo request to MQL was 90, and then I think it was 75 for everything after that. 75, 75. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. And AOV is 5K. Okay, great. Now, when I put in, let's see if it works. When I put in 10,000, it didn't work. It stopped. It totally broke it. 500. 0. 10,000. It totally broke it. Okay, we'll see. This might have Replit agent might have met its match in logic. Well, I mean, it probably can do it. I'm just not explaining it very clearly. So let's try this again. Oh, well, let's think about this actually. No, I did it. Okay. I input and locked. Well, actually, wait a minute. What did happen here? It looked like it changed. It looks like it did change them. 90. lock, 75, lock. Okay, so all of the conversion rate fields are locked, right? So this should cascade. Let's see. Lock. So this should cascade. 5. Oh, see, it just changed the conversion rate. It can, yeah. I locked all, I input and locked all of the conversion rate fields. Then I changed the event value for event number value is probably what I'm really going for. Event count value for the first event. It should have cascaded and updated the event count values for all subsequent events. But instead it updated it totally broke. It updated the conversion rate value for the first event and the event count value and conversion rate value for the second event. Remember, if any value is locked, if any value field is locked, it should be immutable both by the user and by the backend formulas. Please fix it to cascade correctly following lock logic. I mean, it's still pretty cool that I've been able to do this far. Like, what I'm trying to do is, I mean, relatively advanced. And again, this kind of logic, like, I like puzzles, and I can see myself going and figuring this out eventually, right? With the help of like Stack Overflow and whatever, but it would just take so long. It really would take so long. Okay, the problem is the cascade logic is incorrectly updating locked conversion rates and not properly handling the lock states. When an event value changes, it should only cascade through unlocked fields. Something I'm noticing actually, if I lock this, all of the other fields should lock, right? Because that should cascade as well. Yeah, see, it's only... Ooh, see, the lock states should cascade as well. Let me make sure. Actually, event types, add cascading locks logic. Not a subtask. Okay, so here I am. Well, here it is. I realize the issue might be more fundamental. Let me check if locked fields are being properly checked. Blah, 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 blah. I've completely removed the logic that was updating conversion rates when the event value changes. When all conversion rates are locked, changing an event value should only cascade through unlocked event values using the existing locked conversion rates. Yes. Okay, says it fixed it. Sorry, I keep bumping. I'm gonna try something here. Demo, MQL, SQL, SQO. Oh, dang it. I always forget the SAL. Sorry, SAL. SQO, closed one, renewal. And then conversion. Here we go. We got, this was 15. This was 90. And then everything else was 75. I'm noticing that I wonder if the float is gonna, because like I can see conflicting logic coming up here, because I just told it do not touch these conversion rates after they're locked, but it also is trying to, if you notice, like it's when I put in 75, it notices that the subsequent value needs to be up or down 1 to be a full integer, and then it updates the conversion rate. And I can see this breaking because of that. We'll see how this goes. Closed one to renewal, say 75. Okay, here I am. So yeah, it just broke. Okay, I'm gonna bring in the big guns here. Here we go. Boom, boom. Extended thinking and high power model. And I'm gonna say the cascading calculation logic of the customer journey event count and conversion rate values is flawed. If I lock all of the conversion rate values and then change the first event count value, all subsequent event count values should be updated accordingly based on the locked conversion rate values. The conversion rate values should not be updated because they are locked. I wonder if the conversion rate, I notice that there is logic in the conversion rate that updates it to the exact value to bring the event count value to an integer. I wonder if this is conflicting logic that's causing issues. I wonder if this logic conflicts with the do not change conversion rate, locked conversion rates logic. I wonder if this conflicts and is causing issues. Please carefully review the code base, the relevant code, and fix all relevant logic and functionality. I'm using logic a lot. Functionality so that this customer journey event count / conversion rate value experience meets user expectations. If they lock certain values, they don't expect them to be changed. if they lock certain values, then update other values, they expect the related values to update accordingly. And while I'm at it, lock, unlock function now should also have cascading logic. If I lock all conversion rate value fields, and then I lock one, let's just say one event count value field in the middle, and lock the event count value field for a event in the middle of the journey, then all other event count value fields should lock up. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. See how it does. I'm gonna go and see how we're doing here. Yeah, so I got quite a bit here. Add built by Tanner. Move customer value to final journey event. Add event types. Oh, I see. Built by Tanner with Replit. That's what I meant. With Replit. To the left of the that one's done. I think I want to tweak this. I want to tweak the layout of this entire thing. One thing I haven't tested yet is like saving a preset. Because like I want users to be able to. So like every single time I've been rebuilding this, right? Okay, here we go. There's a recursive call issue in the code I just added. Whatever. That use effect look recalculating conversion rates whenever event values change, even when those conversion rates are locked. Yep. I'm wondering if the lock, like it's just a front end like user UI lock, and it's not like you know I'm wondering if like the conversion rate or the cascading calculation logic, it's not taking into account the lock state, but we'll see. Yeah, hopefully this was fun. I'm gonna I have no idea if this is fun for anybody to watch, but I think it's incredible what I can build and to see like how this works. So I'm going to keep experimenting, keep building and putting it out there, and we'll see if it's useful. But I'm having fun and I'm excited about it. So hopefully some of you do too. I'm going to stop. See you later.